How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Heavy Metal Diecast video review, and today we're going to be looking at, well, obviously one from Hobby Master in 1/72nd scale diecast. It is the F-104C here from the 479th Tactical Fighter Wing in 1963, of course. Now, this aircraft was nicknamed Really George for two reasons. Because the 479th's home base was George Air Force Base in California, and also the pilot of this aircraft was George Laven Jr., who was a World War II P-38 Lightning Ace with 5 aerial victories, and was also the 479th Tactical Fighter Wing's commander. Now, his 104 here was painted in a very colourful, unique livery, as you can see by the picture here on the box. A lot of George's aircraft did feature some colourful liveries on them, and I think this is Hobby Master's first 104 release, going by the product number right here. I am assuming that. I think this is around 20 years old. So if you do like what you see, happy hunting on the interwebs, of course, you must go. And speaking of go, let us go and open this up and have a little look inside. And that is that beautiful Starfighter sitting in there. It does look really nice. These older boxes do not have much on them. So what we got to do is, yep, you guessed it, open a box. So let's get this open and check it out. So with Really George out of the box, that is the stand that does come with it. And this is what it looks like all set up. It is all plastic, 3 pieces, so not hard to set up at all. Now let us get the lid off and see what we're looking at. Now it is the usual layout. You do have some wingtip fuel tanks there, some sidewinders underneath here. The landing gear options, of course. You do get a bit of tube that we do need to put on there. Oh, actually, you get a second one. It has fallen in there, so you do get 2. So if you do lose one, we do have a spare. Now, let us get this out so we can check this out straight from the packet first before we put any little bits and pieces on. All right, let us have a good look at this. Wow, that is really nice. It is very colourful. We'll zoom in and check out some of those colourful details. Oh, wow, check out the gun details. That looks awesome. All those markings look fantastic. Yes, Really George written there. The intakes are very colourful. There's even some writing on the star there. Wow, that is a lot of nice detail. Even looks to have some sort of, shading within the panel lines themselves, which looks absolutely brilliant. Oh, check out that. The details inside there has some nice engine detail. If it's going to focus for you, that's it. That's nice. Let's move my fat finger out of the way. Wow, that looks pretty cool. Hopefully you do agree and like what you see. Let's have a little look underneath. Yeah, it looks nice. It's set up for in-flight, so yep, that's easy done. But it needs a few extra pieces on, doesn't it? So what we'll do is we'll set this up properly and we'll come right back for in-flight and check it all out. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. All right, here we have it set up in flight. All you had to do is chuck those wingtip tanks on. Very straightforward. They are very colourful. And you put your sidewinders on, and that is job done. And you do put a pitot tube on the front. Now, it does have a little black spot on the top, so you do have to be mindful that you do align that up. It hasn't quite got 100%, but that is all you need to do to set this up for in-flight. You can take the canopy off to try and see some of those little extra details in there. It is really hard to see. The gauge itself, all the instrument cluster is deep inside there, so it is hard to see. But this is your awesome looking 104 from Hobby Master. It looks great. This livery really stands out, and the different colours on there are really, really nice, I suppose, if you're into your rainbows. But we need to put on a stand, and that is, well, impossible when you've got those Sidewinder missiles on there straight out of the box, because as you can see, it does cover the hole, so you don't get access to there. So you do need to take that off so you can get access to both those holes and chuck it in like that. And that is job done. Yeah, that's all you need to do for in-flight, straight out of the box. Well, that's all I had to do. And this is your awesome Hobbymaster Starfighter set up straight out for in-flight. So you in-flight guys should be pretty happy, except for the fact that you can't put those on. But us gear down people can put them on. So what we're going to do, though, is we'll chuck some landing gear on this, and then we can reaffix that. We'll throw it on the scales, and then we'll wind up the video. So let us go off and do that right now. All right, here we have it set up for a gear down. Very straightforward. I'll show you the open canopy area first. You can see some sort of detail in there. As I said, the instrument panel is really tucked deep underneath there. But it does look very nice. It does present quite well. It's just 3 pieces that you put in. So 1, 2, and the open part, which is the 3rd piece. Very straightforward. And of course, to put it in its gear down configuration, we've done a couple of 104s, so it's the usual deal. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces for the gear bay door area. And of course, you've got your main main wheels, which is 1 piece that you put in. So you pretty much put the main wheel in, then the centerpiece, and then you've got put your gear bay doors around. Sometimes it's a bit easier putting those gear bay doors in first and then putting your main wheel section over them. It depends on your finger size, of course. And the nose wheel, of course, you just put in there, and then there's 2 gear bay doors, obviously, that you slip on there. And speaking of slipping on, we get to slip on this. Yes, you get to put your sidewinders back on, because gear down, baby, that is right, you get to have it all. But I reckon it does look fantastic. The colours on this really jump out at you, and it, yeah, sets up pretty good. We better, I suppose, see what it does weigh. How much does George weigh? All right, George, I'll put you on the scales. It weighs 142 grams, so look, for the size, it's not too bad. It's not overly heavy, but it does present really well, especially for one of the older ones. And I reckon these Hobbymaster Starfighters look fantastic. Now, we'll zoom in a fraction. We'll wind up the video, of course. I'll take some photos of this, throw them on at the end as per usual. Don't forget some of those if you're enjoying what you see. And if you feel like saying something, feel free to drop a comment below as well. And of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you're welcome to do that as well. All right, everyone, I will finish up by saying thank you very much for dropping past and checking out another one of our videos. I hope you enjoyed this F-104 Starfighter here from Hobbymaster. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.